Welcome back to the Red Stool. And today we're talking about My Hero Academia chapter 329. The West makes it just in time to save the day. Now, this chapter, it's a hype chapter for me. I hope it's the same for you guys, but it's definitely a hype chapter for me. Just the way it starts off, we've been thinking about Stars and Stripes, what her power is. She's obviously huge. She's heavily All Might influenced, so we know it has to be something with strength. She might even have some type of invulnerability that will just blanket her from any type of damage whatsoever. But her power has to be something incredible because I have never seen All For One this excited. And he is literally sitting in his chair, drooling into his respirator with the simple, even the smallest chance that he could have her power. And of course, you know, he is the schemer of schemers, one of the best anime villain plotters that, you know, we've got to see written out. Horikoshi, he's done a great job with that. And even though to my core, I hate Spinner. I really don't like him. And the conversation that he just has with him, even I can appreciate it, even though I don't hold Spinner in any type of good regard. I think he's just trash. His power is he's a lizard man, and that's basically it. He's also a Stain wannabe. Plus, I get it, his whole story is supposed to be about discrimination, but honestly, I had to take that with a grain of salt just because. Have any of you seen Koda and what he looks like? You can't tell me he wasn't discriminated against. Or Tokoyami, he literally has a bird beak, face, and a human body. Like, there's a bunch of kids at UA that look freakish, and they didn't result to villainy. You know, Froppy, of course, she was picked on for being basically a frog, but you don't see her being a villain. So, I'm sorry. Spinner, his motivations for being a villain are very weak to me, and I don't like it. You know, I'm just saying he could have left his small village and come to the city or something. He likes playing video games. He could have been a professional gamer. Like, you had options other than be a lizard man Stain. That's how I see him. And I was honestly kind of rooting for Dabi to kill him, you know, when he found out what Spinner's reason for joining the league was. But, you know, Horikoshi, he didn't let me have that. So here I am. But nevertheless, I can still appreciate the conversation that All Might's having and how basically everybody's going to use him as a rallying point to gather all of the people who feel like they're discriminated against and been taken advantage of by society because of how they look or whatever weird quirk they may have, and just bring them under the umbrella of the Paranormal Liberation Front. And it's a smart tactic. It's a smart tactic indeed. Now, you know, we know that Spinner, his entire Vanguard force, they're still active and they've been recruiting people. So it's the war between, you know, the world's greatest villain and, you know, the best heroes that are left in society. It's gearing up to be a really good fight. It's so much hype behind it. And I just like how Horikoshi, he's actually taking his time and building this up instead of just throwing a war at us, introducing new character after new character during the war. It's like he's slowly building it up. Now, what I do have questions about is Stars and Stripes, because of course, at the end of the chapter, it's like she's just comes face to face with Shigaraki, and he's conscious. He's, you know, he's not All For One manipulating his mind and body. He's conscious. He's riding a Nomu, and it's like, okay, they're about to face off. But what does this mean though? Like, is it All For One? Is it his chess move? Like, okay, I'm about to get this crazy quirk, and now I can even be stronger than All Might. Like, I could see All For One if he was to get this quirk and it was to like basically transform his body as well. Him putting on like a mock All Might costume and like making a big funny show out of it because he's so petty, one of the top pettiest villains, you know, but we'll get into that later. But it just makes me wonder, like, is this like a bunch of hype? Is like the hype gonna be real? Like, is she really gonna affect this war? And is she really like that? Like, is she built like that, you know, her presence is enough to like change the war? Is it gonna be like a Captain Marvel blowing up Thanos' ship type deal where it's just like, yeah, I'm here and I'm the strongest person here right now. What's up? Or is this like a stepping stone to build the Shigaraki All For One hype even more? Like, just so we can see Shigaraki in another fight. Also, it kind of makes me wonder, like, how will this end? Because, to be honest, the heroes, they definitely could lose. And right now, it's looking like they're down. Because they definitely don't have as much support as the villains do and as much strength as they do. The villains, they're looking like they're going to be coming out the gate strong to hit Hero Society where it hurts. And plus, we still don't know who the traitor is. So that, I'm pretty sure it's going to feel like a big stab in the back. And I'm just looking forward to it all. I can't wait to see it all fold out. I'm super hyped for this potential fight between Shigaraki and Stars and Stripes just because, like, how is this going to end? Like, and then we get to see how strong Shigaraki is now that now that he's fully taken on All For One's quirk and his new body's been made versus one, what Stars and Stripes can do, and two, like, is she strong enough to beat Shigaraki? Like, is this like All For One just basically like, all right, I'm going to test out Shigaraki, see what he can do. Then I'll use like a teleport quirk or something else to just snatch him out of harm's way. And, we'll reattack the heroes later. But I know also the heroes too, they're not just ready to sit around either. They're out for blood. They're like, hey, All Might's like, hey, it's time for revenge. They're ready to counterattack. And, Night Eye, his predictions could be right. Who knows? We could see All Might come to an end after all this war stuff is said and done. We could be saying goodbye to a great character. And Deku, he's definitely got a handful. He's definitely got a handful to deal with. But overall, I love this chapter. I love the writing, the pacing. It's just building up so much hype. And this isn't even the final fight. And I'm like, whoa, it's already, like, it's so much more that has to be laid out. Deku still has more quirks to master. It's like, it's so much hype built up right now that it's making me wonder, like, is this just the stepping stone to what looks like Horikoshi is foreshadowing some type of world war type of situation where All For One and his criminal connects around the world are going, they're all just gonna try to take over and wipe out Hero Society. This could be a world war against Hero Society. Like, we don't know. But I know Horikoshi isn't just saying that and didn't put that panel in the chapter for no reason. This could be, one of two things. It could be just it could be the final battle, or it could be the first battle of a war. And, My Hero Academia could open up to seeing different heroes from different countries and, this country's top heroes, this country's top heroes, and just how everything is going to work together. But I love this chapter. Also, I'm sorry, guys, that I was gone for so long. Sometimes life catches up with you, but I'm here now, and I'm going to be here. Fridays, I'm going to be dropping my chapter reviews. Saturday at the latest. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, and, even definitely leave a comment because I want to engage with you guys. You'll also follow me on TikTok at ThatBoyBestBoy. Just love doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to see y'all later, all right? Peace.